After Blake Shelton made the announcement that he would be leaving The Voice 2 years ago, fans were not quite convinced that he did not have any plans in mind for his future. However, despite the fact that he has not been completely inactive, Shelton has been working with his close friend Carson Daly on their game show Parmageddon. Furthermore, the country singer, who is 48 years old, has been enjoying a more relaxed lifestyle at home with his wife Gwen Stefani and his 3 stepsons while he is figuring out his future. The last couple of years, especially since I've retired from The Voice, I've just kind of been trying to be very mindful of the next thing that I do, be thoughtful about it, and be sure that I'm not just doing things because I'm on the hamster wheel anymore, Shelton told POBPLE in an exclusive interview. It happens, and before you know it you go, my God, where have the last 10 years gone? The beginning of this year saw Shelton sign with BMG, a new record label, after having spent the previous 25 years with Warner Music Nashville. His enthusiasm for country music has been rekindled as a result of the time off, in addition to the big changes that have occurred in his career. With a career that includes chart-topping country tunes, a high-profile presence on The Voice, and a personal life that is just as celebrated as his professional accomplishments, Blake Shelton has been a towering figure in the entertainment world for a very long time. In spite of this, the country music superstar made the decision that it was time to take a break from the hamster wheel of constant labor and re-evaluate the things that are genuinely important to him in his life after years of working at full capacity. At this time, Shelton is implementing big changes that are indicative of a revitalized sense of purpose and direction. A continuous struggle that never stopped. Shelton exemplified the true meaning of the term workhorse for more than a decade. It was difficult for him to find time for anything else because his schedule consisted of many activities such as creating albums, touring, mentoring on The Voice, and making public appearances. When you're in the thick of it, you don't even realize how much you're doing, Shelton admitted in a recent interview. It's overwhelming. You're just running on adrenaline, trying to keep up with all the commitments and expectations. The unrelenting pace started to take its toll on Shelton, despite the fact that he was prospering in his duties, which included serving as a mentor to emerging musicians on The Voice and mesmerizing audiences with his songs. I was operating on autopilot, he said. When I was working on the next project, the next episode, or the next tour, I felt as though I was living for it. There was not even a single second to pause and take a deep breath, and the choice to take a step back. 23 seasons into his time on The Voice, Shelton made the announcement in 2023 that he would be leaving the show, which had become synonymous with his name. Shelton had been a mainstay on the show ever since it first aired in 2011. Thus, the decision came as a surprise to the audience. On the other hand, for Shelton, it was an essential step in regaining control of his life. I realized I needed to make room for the things that really matter, he explained to reporters. For years, I was so focused on work that I wasn't giving enough attention to the people and experiences that make life worth living. When Shelton left his position on The Voice, it signified the beginning of a new chapter in musical history. He admits, at first, it was a little frightening. It seemed like I was taking a leap into the unknown when I decided to walk away from something that had been such a significant part of my life. In addition to that, it was freeing. Adopting a life that is less complicated. The adoption of a lifestyle that is less complicated and moving at a slower pace is one of the most significant improvements that Shelton has made. He now spends a significant portion of his time on his ranch in Oklahoma, where he discovers that the tranquil rhythms of rural life provide him both calm and joy. There's something about being on the land that grounds you, he explained to me. It reminds you of what's real and important. A more hands-on role in the day-to-day operations of the ranch has also been taken up by Shelton. He is now responsible for everything from tending to the animals to working the crops. He shared, "It's hard work, but it's fulfilling," and he was right. It feels good to get my hands dirty and see the results of my efforts in a tangible way. The ranch has also turned into a safe haven for Shelton and Gwen Stefani, who are married to each other. "It's where we can just be ourselves," he stated in response. "No cameras, no pressure, just us and the life we're building together, giving family and relationships the highest priority." It has been possible for Shelton to devote more of his attention to his relationships, particularly with Stefani and her 3 sons, Kingston, Zuma, and Apollo, as a result of his decision to step off the hamster wheel. "Being a stepdad is one of the most rewarding things I've ever done," he stated to reporters. "It's given me a new sense of purpose and perspective." In addition to visiting the boys' soccer games and assisting them with their homework, Shelton has enthusiastically embraced his role in the boys' life. "I want to be there for all the little moments," he stated in response. "Those are the things that really matter." The dedication of the pair to their family life has helped to enhance their connection. According to Shelton, "Gwen and I are closer than we have ever been. We've learned to support each other in new ways, and that's been a beautiful thing." Regaining his love for music and music in general. With more time on his hands, Shelton has also been able to rediscover his passion for music, something he had previously neglected. However, rather than racing to create new albums or embark on major tours, he is taking a more measured approach to his career. "I want to make music that means something to me," he stated in response. "It's not about chasing hits or pleasing everyone. It's about creating something authentic." Shelton has dropped hints about new projects that are currently in the works, several of which involve collaborations with Stefani and other artists. "Music has always been my first love," he stated to reporters, "but now I'm approaching it with a fresh perspective, involving oneself in meaningful activities." One more thing that Shelton places a high focus on is giving back to the community. In addition to providing assistance to veterans and providing financial support for music programs in schools, he has been active in a number of humanitarian endeavors. "I've been so blessed in my life, and I want to use that to make a difference," he explained to reporters. The philanthropic work that Shelton does is a manifestation of his humble personality and his aspiration to leave behind a constructive legacy. One of his statements was, "It's not about the recognition. It's about doing the right thing and helping where you can." Take a look ahead. When Shelton considers the future, he is fascinated by the opportunities that are waiting for him in the years to come. "This new chapter is all about balance," he explained to reporters. "It's about doing the things I love while also making time for the people I love." Shelton continues to be a well-liked person in the entertainment industry, despite the fact that he is no longer a contestant on The Voice. A number of his followers have voiced their approval of his decision to take a step back and concentrate on what is actually important. One admirer responded on social media, "Blake has always been genuine, and that is what we love about him. Blake has always been honest. The journey he is about to go on is only getting started. Life is too short to spend it on a hamster wheel," he stated to reporters. "I'm excited to see where this new path takes me, and I'm grateful for every step along the way." As Blake Shelton continues to embrace significant changes, one thing is becoming abundantly clear. He is living his life according to his own terms, and he is enjoying every single moment of it.